With the first international break of the season finally upon us, I think it's perfect time we talk about a couple of things we learned about Arsenal so far this season. Some of them proving to be very, very crucial into how we can lift our first Premier League title in over 20 odd years. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and let's get straight into the video. And so, what do you think about that first half, though, even though it was a tricky start?
Yeah, I mean, it was.
Unfortunately, the first thing I want to talk about is a negative, and I think it's good that we start off with a negative and be honest and truthful with ourselves. Over the summer, I talked about a specific player, Gabi Jesus, and I talked about how crucial this season was for him. A player that came in with so much promise from Manchester City, the number 9 shirt for 50 odd million, and he was the guy to lead us. Going into that first season with Gabi Jesus, everyone said he was going to be up there as one of the top scorers of this league. Everyone with Arsenal had that much faith in him, even going up against a player like Erling Haaland to go on to see what numbers he's done for this league. Gabi Jesus' tenure, to say it's been underwhelming isn't a bit of an understatement. No, I don't mean that in any disrespect. I like Gabi Jesus, and I'm a player that still advocated for Jesus to be here. I think he has the quality off the bench or as a starter, up there as our number 9, as one of our most technical players in and around the team. However, we have to be honest and ask ourselves a question about his injuries. Since Jesus has been to the club, he's missed 35 games. Put that into perspective, that is half of the games he's already played for Arsenal Football Club. Jesus has missed half of the games he's played for this club. That's not a good ratio, especially for a player who's paid 265 grand a week. All this talk about us needing a gunman up front and having a clinical striker up front, we're paying a striker with 265,000 a week. Now, this is not a video turning on Jesus, but we need to start asking serious questions if he does not return to full fitness and put a stretch of games together to prove his worth in this team. This team needs a clinical striker or a clinical superstar forward to go alongside Bukayo Saka. And if you want to keep Kai Havertz up there as a 9, it needs that extra bit of quality, I think, just in up front, whether that be in goal scoring. I think definitely in goal scoring. A lot of questions are being asked about Jesus, but hopefully he comes back healthy, because I think it's a big season for him, and I think he offers a lot, because preseason was really, really good for him. And I'm someone on this channel who has been advocating for Jesus to reach those heights again, because I see it and I believe in it. Hopefully Jesus can be back and amongst his best, because he's a top quality talent. The second thing I'd like to talk about is that we left back position is now officially sorted out. Now, I say sorted, I don't mean like we have our number 1 left back. I'm not coming out and saying that, but I think the 2 quality rotation pieces we have there are I'm very, very comfortable with. Let's just say that I'm very, very comfortable with Timber coming in. I thought, to be honest, the biggest question about Arteta Timber was not whether he could play on the ball or his quality as a technical player, but it would be, can he recover from that injury physically? How is what's his physicality going to be like over the next couple of games when we see Arteta Timber in the squad? And I think the Villa game, him coming in from the start, was a massive test for him to go away on the road in a fixture that was going to be physically very, very tough for us, and to play up against a player like Leon Bailey, who's going to be very direct at the things he wants to do. I think Arteta Timber stood up to the test and proved to everyone that, you know, he that's his position to lose. That's his position. However, there's also a player we just signed this summer, Ricardo Calafiori, who, when he's come into the team, has looked absolutely solid himself. To be honest, for me, a very, very similar player to Ben White in terms of the way, first of all, he's built, the way he plays the game as well, in terms of inverting and stuff like that, and his tackling and his tenacity. I mean, he might not be as tenacious and aggressive as a Ben White, because we've seen what Ben White did in that same Villa game. But it's just, I'm comfortable now of going through so many years of that left back position not being good enough, and or questioning it being good enough. When we had Tierney there, I know people like Tierney, I like Tierney, but again, was that the level? We need to be, and again, we need to be a bit honest with ourselves. I like Tierney, but as the level of the squad went up, we needed to get that position again, and it was never really sorted out, especially over these last couple of years. We had Kivior there, but is he really the level? We had a lot of injuries there, and even before, we just never feel like we haven't had that position solidified in a long, long time. So no, I'm comfortable to say these 2 left backs I'm comfortable with. The third thing I want to touch on is the midfield, and not anything wrong with the midfield, but we're going to see a lot of rotation in this midfield within the next couple of games. Firstly, The North London derby is approaching, and Declan Rice and Mikel Moreno will both miss the game. Declan Rice with a crazy suspension in the Brighton game. I think everyone has seen it. Everyone has talked about it. I don't want to dwell on it too much because it's ridiculous refereeing. But nonetheless, we move forward. Moreno, who we have yet to see yet, is now out for 2 months with the shoulder injury. So that puts us in a really tricky position. I've heard a lot of people online say Jorginho to come into the team and play alongside Rice and Odegaard, who also picked up a knock in the Brighton game. It's going to be very, very tough for us in rotation. But what I think you will see happen is Kai Havertz will play the 8. I know people don't like it. I don't like it either. Kai Havertz, don't be surprised if Kai Havertz plays the 8. Don't be surprised. That's all I'll say. I can't remember what preseason game it was, but I do remember, I think it was against Leverkusen that Havertz played the 8. So listen, if Jesus is back fit, you could potentially see Jesus starting up top with Kai Havertz in the 8, or potentially you see Trossard and Martinelli both start with one of them playing through the middle. Potentially going to be Trossard. It's going to be tough rotation, but I think the safest bet that a lot of people are going with is potentially bringing in Jorginho and Partey to solidify that midfield and not get overrun by Spurs, who like to win the ball in good areas up the pitch. So I'd not go wrong, but don't be surprised if Mikel Arteta tries to play Kai Havertz at the 8, and I hope it works, because I don't want it to cost us any points in these upcoming games, because we also, right after the Spurs game, have Manchester City to play. How crucial will those injuries be, and how crucial will rotation be? And I think we will definitely see Nwaneri get minutes during this time, with the Champions League coming up, with the League Cup coming up. You will see a lot of rotation in that midfield, so I think it's going to be key that everyone plays their part, especially Nwaneri coming into the team, and who I think will get minutes. Final thing I want to talk about is David Raya. For me, my player of the month. Every single game he's played for us in the Premier League so far, he's made a save to keep us in the game. Firstly, it was that one at either 1-0 or 0-0, where he makes that impressive save going back the other way against Wolves. Then, the saves against Aston Villa. The double save off the post, probably the best save we're going to see all season. That save of the season in only the second game. And then, against Brighton again, they should have scored it. Well, it basically was an open net, but he dives back across and saves it with his feet, keeping us at 1-1. We could have lost that game if it wasn't for David Raya and his saves. And another thing about David Raya, again, the way he comes and claims the ball is so good. So good. So good. And I think he's been factors as to why we have the results we have from the first 3 games. Definitely a massive factor in it. With Ramsdale now officially leaving the club, I think we can all say that the manager got this one right. David Raya, for me, a really top class keeper. Hopefully he could keep this level and the standard up throughout the rest of the season. We see him grow in the Arsenal shirt. Every single game he's gotten better and better. So seeing him grow into the filling the shirt like that, I'm very happy for David Raya, and I'm very happy for Mikel Arteta to get the decision right, because it was a massive decision to get rid of a fan favorite. A massive decision. So it looks like it worked out. David Raya has brought a lot to this team, and I think he's going to be one of the key reasons as to why we lift the Premier League title at the end of the season. I said it to a friend of the show, KP. I said that will be our unsung hero of the year. So far, that prediction is coming very true. So congratulations to David Raya, who was, for me, my player of the month. Who will be your guys' player of the month? Leave in the comment section down below. Let me know about your thoughts on everything I said in the comment section down below, whether that be about our midfield, whether that be about our defense, or whether that be about Gabi Jesus, or whether it be about David Raya and winning player of the month. Leave all your thoughts in the comment section down below. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel and help me get there. And without further ado, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you for all your love and support.